Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a good Christmas and I'm wishing you guys a happy new year. Um, right, so I am gonna talk about numbers today and the all kinds of different numbers and combinations and how to approach them from a spiritual perspective. And from where I am from, like spiritually or where my background, the Sufi sect, we have a lot of spirituality about numbers, and we have a an actual science called ilm al-harf, or which is numerology. Okay, and this goes back to a very old time. Okay, it's a very ancient knowledge. However, it is very important, and it breaks down into deep deep understanding of the universe and the machinery of the universe and how things work and how God creates things with numbers. So as we know from our holy books, that God is the most fastest of counters, the most quickest of deliverers, and when it comes to mathematics, counting, technology, all of that, in God's realm, it is it is the highest quality there, or the highest power. So I'm going to go through the numbers, and I'm going to talk briefly about each number and what to understand. If you see that number, what message are you receiving? I'm also going to explain a little bit on how to use the numbers for your own advantage. This is all from my personal experience. Obviously, I've been doing what I do for many years. Okay, ever since I was a child. Okay, maybe not as as work when I was a child, but it was definitely as training. Okay, and now as I've grown older and gone deeper into spirituality, I do work with numbers. Always remember that if you come from a good place and you work with a full heart to serve people, you always get a full result, and you gain so much knowledge. So the fountains of knowledge, so to speak, will be opened up for you. But it all depends on a person's like what they want in their heart. Do they want to benefit themselves only, or do they want to benefit people and heal the collective, heal humanity? Okay? When you want to benefit the collective and you heal humanity, you will actually find that knowledge comes to you, and it comes to you every day. It grows stronger. The source of this knowledge isn't books, and it isn't knowledge that's been taught, even though I have been taught, for example, by my ancestors, family, and so on, a lot of things. But in my own personal experience, things have been revealed to me because I have kept a pure heart, because I've always operated in the energy of good. Okay? And I'm just giving you guys this advice because it's important, because if you deal with these spiritual things with an unpure intent, not that any of you are, of course, but I'm just saying that there are some people who are going through things that make them operate in a lower vibrational energy and deal with things in a negative way. So that always will lead to things backfiring, and will lead to the person who's doing this receiving a lot of karmic justice, because they need to learn. And they will keep getting this bad karma until they learn. And if they don't learn when the time is over, they will go into another existence, which is not nice. It's either extremely good in the next life, or extremely bad. Okay, so it depends. If people are willing to be open enough to learn these lessons in this life, then they will learn them. And then if they don't, they will have to face God, and there will be a judgment that's passed. That is not my business, but I'm just thinking ahead for you guys and trying to show you guys from my experience what has benefited me the most from my personal experience. Right, so let's start with number 1. Number 1, I'm going to do the numbers from 1 to 10 and then explain to you guys a few basic rules that I follow or that we follow that will help you to work, okay? And I'll try and do it in a very concise way, okay? So, number 1. Number 1 is the number of creation. It is the number of beginning. It is the number that shows direction. So, a number 1 usually means that this is the thing for you. So if you keep seeing 1, 1, 1, 1 or 1, 1 or 1, 1, you're on the right track, okay? So some people say 11, 11, for example, you're on the right track, okay? 1, 11 a.m., you're on the right track, okay? Number 1 is also good to use when you want to pray for anything, or, for example, some people say manifest anything. Obviously, nobody creates anything from emptiness, okay? There is a creator that's above everyone that gives people the energy to do that and then takes it and then either gives them a result or not, okay? From my experience, when people say we can manifest without anyone and without anything, that is a lie, okay? The truth is that you use this knowledge and you face God with it. And number 1 represents the Creator. Okay, He's the first and the end. Okay, the Alpha and Omega, if you'd like. And He is the one Creator, the beginning of everything and the ending of everything. So 111 will show you you're on the right track. Okay, ones are generally very good and lucky to start anything with or to work with, okay? So for example, you have the number 10. 10 is a number of beginnings and endings. So if you get the number 10, it means this is something new, or it means something has ended. Working with the number 10 as well, which reduces to 1, okay, when you add the numbers, if you see numbers, you can add them. They'll give you one number in the end, and that number will show you the essence of the message, okay? So, you do 1 plus 0, for example, number 10, it gives you 1. So that's the beginning of something. Or it's the ending of something, and you're on the right track when you see it. For example, if I'll give you an example of how I work with it, for example. If I want to bless something that is new for someone and start for someone in, for example, say any kind of project, I will work with the number 10. Okay, I will use, for example, 10 candles, 10 drops of each scent that I'm using, for example, or essential oil, 10 pinches of herbs, etc., or 10 different herbs, okay? And then work with that with prayer, okay? You can use your holy book, whether that's the Quran, the Bible, anything you believe in. As long as you believe in it, it will work for you. From my experience, it's best to put our faith and trust in the Most High God. Because God is perfect, you get a perfect result. If you operate with anything else, including a person or an object or something that you know is smaller than the Most High, something that you can measure, anything you can measure is smaller than the Most High. That is why the number 1 is connected to God. Now, number 10, like I said, is beginnings and endings. Number 10 is also a number that you can use to bring things very quickly for you. They happen instantly, okay, or they manifest instantly, or you get an answer to your prayer instantly, okay? Like I said, when you use the energy of God, you get a perfect result. Any other energy that you can measure will give you a result that's according to its magnitude. If something else is obscure to you and you don't understand it, okay, that is less than the Most High God, it will give you a messy result. Okay? So you always get results according to the energy that we project. And the best energy to project into the work, from my experience, is the energy of God the Most High, because it's an all-encompassing and perfect energy. It's a perfection. It's true perfection. By definition, the God. Okay? Whoever your God is, you operate with that. Okay? It's important for the holy text to be read as well with these numbers, because they activate everything on a molecular level that you are praying with or working with. Okay? So that is number one briefly. Number two is a number of agreement and unions. It's also a number of abundance or doubling something. So it gives you a double result. Twos as well, when you see them in a row, they mean that everything is gone away the way you want it, according to your own desire. Okay? Because your both halves of your existence, which is, say, for example, your light side or your shadow side, or for example, your body and spirit, okay? They unite and agree on something, or you and the divine and God. You want the same thing, so you get what you want. Know that whatever you request or require with the number 2 is the truth. If you keep getting 2s, that's the truth. And that's what God wants and you want, and therefore you will get it. That's how I interpret it, okay? Some other people, depending on where the person is from and how they've been brought up, we have to keep an open mind and respect people's belief systems. It's not all about our holy books, it's about people and how they feel. There is beauty in variety and in the differences between people, and the key to that, to success in life, and both physically and spiritually, is embracing that. Not finding the difference as a problem, but seeing it as something beautiful. Okay? So 2 is a combination, is a number that means you'll get what you want. Okay? 2 is also a number of love unions, and it's connected to love a lot, especially when you see the number 222. This is 6 in total, and 6 is connected to the number of the energy of Venus, and Venus, the planet Venus, God has created to govern love and anything to do with love, okay, and friendship and loyalty and having and beauty and success, even in business. So that's why I said the number 2 is also good in business. So when you see 222, you are dealing with an energy of, say, for example, a soulmate of yours, someone that's going to be the so-called soulmate, or just, I would like to say, a partner that you will be happy in the presence of. Okay, if you keep seeing 2s repeating when you are, especially before any kind of love union happens, 222, 222, 222. So that is a number of love and unions. So use it to pray. For example, if you want to pray with it, you can read for your holy book, whatever verse you choose or text you use, read it 2 times for love. You can read it 6 times as well, because that's the number of Venus. Okay? So 2 is good to use in these kinds of situations. It always means agreement and union and forward movement in a very smooth way. And you'll be happy about it. I always see 2s and my nose itches me at the same time. And that means, usually when that happens to me, when my nose itches me, it means I'm going to get what I want from a situation. Okay? Or I'm going to get a result that's going to make me happy. Things are going to go the way I want. Okay? So 2 is very powerful. Let's move on now to the number 3. 3 is also very powerful, and it is the basis of creation. So you'll find 3, for example, in Christianity, people talk about the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. In Islam, okay, in my religion, Islam, and in Sufism, spirituality, the spiritual religion, we have been taught to work with 3s, and even generally, you find texts from all describing prophets like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings be upon him, he always said, do things in threes, in 3 times. I remember when I was younger and I was training to become a healer, I had this gift ever since I was born, and I was like a walking ultrasound. I would know what women when they're pregnant, and nobody else would know, I would know. So I used to, when I started doing it, they gave me an incense or a group like incense burners to practice with. I had 7 in the beginning, so I used to just take 2 of them and stand them there. I don't know what the reason was, and then I remember my grandma came to me one day and she said, work in 3s, don't work in 2s, always work in 3s, you'll get a full result. So 3 gives you a full result, okay? We believe that it is a number of creation, or how to create with 3. It signifies creation and divine intervention and divine power, the power of God. It comes down with 3, okay? So that it stabilizes the situation, it creates, and so on. And even if you analyze the universe, if you read about the workings of people like Nikola Tesla, for example, they all talk about 3 and 6 and 9 and such things, and to understand, like they were trying to understand the mathematics of the universe, and 3 was a very important number there. So if you work with 3s, always remember that you have the energy of God in it because of creation, because of God works with the number 3. You'll find it everywhere in the universe, and it will help you get beautiful results. We work with it when we want anything, but specifically it has to be, for example, in all of our spiritual prayers and workings, the number 3 is in everything that we do. But we go into more details and specifics. For example, we do 3 sets of 2s for love, okay? 3 sets of 11s, okay, for starting something new, okay, and so on. So that is that 3 is a very powerful number, and it will help you get beautiful results, and it will help the divine come into your work. Angelic energies, spirits of good people that have passed on, that help us still, that are around us, even other spirits that we don't understand, other creatures from the universe, they all work with number 3. They have a lot to do with number 3. Okay, so always use 3 when you want a higher, incorporate it, I would say, into everything that you do, but also use it if you want, say, for example, help that is something that seems miraculous to you, that you don't feel like it could happen easily. Use number 3. You will find that you get a lot of help from all different kinds of energies, and of course the energy of God, the Most High, above all. Let's go on to the number 4. The number 4 is a number of stability. It is a number, for example, there's 4 directions on the earth, 4 corners in your home. There is, if you look at anything that stands upright and is stable, there are 4 elements to it. Okay, most of the things that naturally occur naturally. Okay, you'll find that there's balance from the 4 directions. So 4 is a number of stability. It is a number of harmony and serenity. So we work with it when we feel that a weak energy needs strengthening or to be stabilized. It also, we work with it to bring harmony into relationships, into households, and so on. Okay? So the number 4 is beautiful for that. The number 4 is also a number that covers your bases. So if you work with something that you wanted to involve, for example, say, a big area of land, you work on it from all 4 directions. Say, for example, some people come to me to bless their land, for example, to get more abundant and more fruitful. And I tell them, read your holy books over it, the verses of prosperity or abundance or any texts, depending on what you believe in. Put your energy to the Most High God and do them 4 times. Okay? Or I will work with 4 different herbs. I will work with 4 different crystals. I will work with 4 different kinds of liquid. I will work with 4 different kinds of energy. Okay? To bring a stable result and a harmonious result. Okay? Let's go on to now the number 5. The number 5 is a number of change. It creates a lot of change and it brings breakthroughs. So if you notice, people who want to start something and it is like bringing change to a situation, they will work with the number 5. The number 5 is also very powerful for attraction. That is why you find, for example, if you know some of the spirits, they work with the number 5. The number 5, because we have 5 fingers on our hands and 5 toes, it attracts what you want to you very quickly. It causes the necessary changes for you to attract that. Okay, so if you see it, for example, on a clock 555, that's a number of big change that's going to happen to you. 57, okay, also a number of big change, the divinely guided change, because the number 7. I'm going to talk about the number 7 soon. So 5 is a number of change, is a number of the proverbial shaking the foundations of something to bring change, to bring positive change. And it is a number of attraction as well, and it is a number of receiving. You receive something. When you work with the number 5, you receive it very quickly because of you want to, if you for example, I will give you an example, if you have a competition and you want to win, pray 5 times. Pray your 5 times. Pray 5 times. Read the verse that is for victory 5 times. Okay? Do your prayer that you do, whatever your background is 5 times. Do it on Thursday, the 5th day. Do it on the 5th of the month, or the 15th, or 25th. Okay? And that ensures that you get the thing that you want, you will get it, you will win. Okay? And you will get it. Okay? So that's the number 5 in basic terms. So now we go to the number 6. This is one of my favorite numbers. Number 6 is connected to the energy of Venus. It's my favorite number because it's connected to the energy of Venus. It's also an energy of creation, and it encompasses the whole. So in the holy books we see that God created the universe and everything in 6 days. Obviously 6 days are not 6 days as we know them. There is another understanding for them, but the number 6 was important for everything being created, because it contains the energy of love. That is why it resembles creation, and creation with love. Like I've said before, the energy of creation is based on love. The universe was created for love and to give us elevation and ascension and light. That is why it was 6 days, okay? Because it was the most powerful energy in the universe is love. Like I've said in my most recent post, it's love. If you work in anything, say for example you want something from someone, you want an approval. Some people will go to an extreme and they'll say, if they don't do that for me, let this happen to them. If they don't do that for me, I want them this to happen to them. I want them to this, that. They turn it into a struggle, okay? But if you go and work for the same thing that you want and say, I love them, I place love in their hearts, in their hands, in their minds, and you feel that love all throughout your body and your energy as you work and pray to God, you infuse the situation with the energy of love within you and around you and within your working. You get it No questions asked. No questions asked. If someone wants to work with it in a way that is karmic or negative and say, I demand this from that person and they have to give it to me, and if they don't give it to me, I'll work that they really suffer so that they give it to me, that will create a negative energy, and it is unlikely that you are going to get the thing that you want. Especially this helps with working for love, for example, and prayers. If you pray for love, for example, if you are praying for love, try not to pray in a demanding way. Pray in a loving way. Imagine the person that you want and shower them with your love and warmth. Imagine yourself holding their hand, sitting next to them, looking into their eyes. Your intentions in your heart, make them pure. As you look into that person's eyes, you want to give them the whole world. You want what's best for them. 100,000,000%. You don't compromise when it comes to them. This is your love. Okay? This is the person that you will protect in their presence and in their absence. This is the person that you're going to look your best for. This is the person that you earn and invest for. So you put all of that, as opposed to people praying for love and thinking like, looking at, for example, someone and thinking that he or she is a bank. This is the person who's going to spend on me. Do this for me. Do that for me. No, they'll obey me in everything. They'll do this. They'll be like that. They'll be like that. Creates a negative energy, and it's unlikely for you to get love through prayers like that, no matter what you pray with. Okay? So always operate in an energy of love. I'm talking from experience because I've worked for so many people and I've had to teach them how to do this. And it works every single time. Okay? So now let's 6 is also if you write it, it looks like a pregnant lady, and if you it's a number of abundance and prosperity. Traditionally in the Nilotic cultures, where very big part of my ancestry comes from, the number 6 represents financial growth and abundance and money and fertility. Okay? Always 6. And whenever the people around the Nile Basin pray for money or pray for abundance or wealth, they use number 6. When they pray for pregnancy, they use number 6. They pray for wealth, they use number 6 and no other number at all. Okay, and they always get good results, especially when they operate in the energy of love. Okay, I have seen this as well in Morocco, which is part of my answer is from, and I've seen it in France as well. I've seen it in China, Chinese. Obviously, the Chinese culture is very powerful, and Chinese things are very powerful. So I've seen it all around the world. Okay, the number 6 is very good for abundance. Okay, and for prosperity and fertility. The number 7 is a number for the host of heaven and the heavenly energies, and it is a number that great masters use and have used, and it is a number that you can have anything with. You can have love with number 7, you can have money with number 7, and you can have powerful protection with number 7. There are some parts of the holy books where things are mentioned 7 times. For example, Jesus Christ worked with the number 7, and he prayed with the number 7, and he gave people that knowledge in the Bible, the number 7. In the Quran you have Ayatul Kursi, which is a verse where God mentions 7. In Islam, for example, God has 99 names, and God mentioned his name 7 times in the most powerful protection verse in the Quran, a verse that is used for protection, which is Ayatul Kursi. Okay? 7 is a number also that's connected to all of the heavens and all of the earths. There are multiples of the number 7. So in the holy books as well, you'll find that God said that he created 7 heavens and 7 earths. So we believe, for example, in the Sufi sect, for example, we believe that the skies, there are 7 heavens, and that is about going from the earth the surface of the earth. The moon is in the first heaven. Jupiter is in the second heaven, and so on. So as expansion, and then it goes and it gets bigger every time it goes out until infinity. Okay? So these are the 7 heavens or the 7 skies. You have the number 7 with many other religions, and it is amazing to work with for anything. For me, example, my most powerful abilities are based on the number 7, personally. But you have to discover your own number. I always say to people, you don't need to follow someone in choosing your number. You've got to see which number responds to you the best, because we're all unique. Everyone has their own energy and their own power. Let's go on to number 8. Number 8 is very good for money, and it is a number of giving and receiving. It is also a number for things that are meant to last for a long time. Number 8 I see when people are about to receive, for example, big amounts of money or breakthroughs. So it's a number of breakthroughs. If you look at the number 8, it looks like the infinity symbol. It is a number that you work with when you want something to keep going on. For example, you want to work to attract money, or you pray to attract money, yeah? You use 7 herbs. You pray with them. You read your holy book. You use them in your body. You burn them as incense. You use them as a powder, whatever you want, yeah? I'm just giving you an example. Or 7 crystals. And then after that, or 7 different metals. And then after that, you add an 8th one. And you pray on it for that thing to continue. For example, for abundance, you can use your 7 herbs and then add something like the blue tansy herb, which is a herb it grows a lot in Morocco. It's like chamomile, but it's quite toxic to animals, to humans, but it's very good for the skin. It has a lot of healing properties. We use it in work when we want something, and prayers when we want something to last for a very long time. It keeps that thing going forever, okay, with the permission of God. Okay, so that's the number 8. Also delivers to people what they have done. So if someone is operating in a negative energy, they receive the negative energy that they give out through 8s. Okay, so and positive energy. So if you keep seeing the number 8, you've done a lot of good things. I'm sure all of you have, and you're amazing people. If you're listening to this video, you're fantastic, and I'm sure you have amazing good karma and good blessings coming to you. You keep seeing the number 8, it means something wants to be given to you back by God. He wants to reward you. Okay? If you have been wronged by someone and you keep seeing the number 8, it means that person is getting what they deserve from God. Obviously, when you pray, please don't pray to harm anyone or to ask for harm for anyone. Leave things in the hands of God, and He will give you the best result. Okay? He will do it His way. And usually, from my experience, whatever you wish for the person comes from the Most High. It comes 10 times worse if they've wronged you really and truly. Okay? And if there's a learning, especially if there's a learning point for the other person in it. They receive it until they learn the lesson. It will not stop until the person learns the lesson. It will keep getting intensifying and getting worse and worse until the person learns the lesson. And we've all had lessons to learn. When I was young, I wasn't this wise by any measure. So I had lessons to learn through 8s. I was seeing them, and then my teachers explained to me that you are learning, you are young, you're a teenager now. For example, I was a teenager in my very early 20s. They were explaining to me, this is because you did this and you did that. You're getting the energy that you put out back to you. Okay? So that's the number 8. The number 8 is also a number of balance. So if you look at the number 8, you can. That's why things last forever with it. Okay. And for example, in the Islamic religion, in the Quran, in a description of Judgment Day, when God appears, or the throne of God appears to people fully, obviously they will be in another state and they will be able to see these things. It appears, it is supported with 8 energies that carry the throne. And the throne of God is eternal, plus and minus infinity, and even more beyond that, because God has created infinity itself. So that is why it's an energy when you use it when you want something to last forever. Now we come to the number 9. The number 9 is very interesting. It's if you reduce any kind of shape in the universe or anything like that into numbers, it will give you 9. Okay, so number 9 is very powerful. Number 9 is the go-to number if you don't have another number that you know of. Okay, I would say 7 and 9 are go-to numbers. Okay, number 9 is the go-to number. Number 9 is the ultimate number of prayer as well. So when you pray with 9s, rest assured, if you pray your prayer 9 times, that it has been heard by everyone. Okay, when you do things with the number 9 as well, it is divine God will place some of His cavalry, some of His soldiers, some of His angels in your path to actually give you the most amazing, powerful results. Number 9 is also a very protective number. So if you are working to defend yourself, work with number 9, because number 9 will ensure that you get the defense that you need. God to send all of the cavalry on all the 9 levels. There are 9 levels, okay? And these 9 levels of God's messengers or cavalry, you could say the angels and even spirits and even other angels in heaven and earth, they will come in 9s for that task, to defend you. And your enemies will be finished, okay? They will have no chance, especially if someone wants to come against you and it's not their right to do so. Everything is about fairness. Please don't work with the number 9 if you have wronged someone. If you're not sure, leave the outcome in God's hands. If you're sure, leave the outcome in God's hands too. Okay? I think it's best to do that. From my experience, it's best to do that so that you are not working against yourself, because this number 9 will call in the most powerful energies, and it's like quick. That's why, for example, you find an emergency numbers are 999 or 911 or whatever, that people call if there's anything going on. Okay, I pray to God that none of you need to use it. I'm sure you won't need to use it, but it will defend you, the number 9, if you use it in your work. Okay? And you'll be very, very happy with the result that you get, especially when it comes to protection and defense work. That's the most thing that I find number 9 powerful with. Okay? And then I will talk about the number 10. The number 10 is the number 1 in essence, but it's 10 ones. Okay? So, like I said, it's beginnings and endings, and the reason I'm talking about this is to show you that when you reduce the numbers, they will give you one number. So say, for example, you have 333, yeah? That is 9. 314. 5 and 3, that is 8. 313, that is 7. And it will show you the basic message of that thing, yeah? The client who requests the beautiful subscriber, you know who you are, thank you so much. The one who requested this video was getting, I think it was 5995. And 5995, I would say, if I would read it like that, I would say it's the number of a breakthrough and a positive change leading to that person receiving the help that they need, or the result with the thing that they need, with the prayer that they need. And then it is also a number of a new beginning, because the 2 5s will make a 10, okay? And the 9 and 9 is 18. You add them, it's 9. You add them to the 10, it's 19, and then it adds all those up to 10, and the end result is 1. So it's a new beginning or an ending that is blessed, and that is also reciprocated, because you see the number, you see it in front of you, it's 5 9 and then 9 5. So something is balancing something else. It is also a number that something is going to last for a very long time, okay? Or that the relief of whatever, if there was a problem, the relief of that problem will be permanent, okay? Also, I would say it's number of counterpart in love, in business, or in any other field in life. Say, for example, you want to start a business and you start seeing this number, 5995, it means big changes are coming, and you've got someone that is going to give you an equal give and take in that situation, okay? So, it is beautiful working with numbers. They are amazing. I hope this video has helped you guys. And I pray that you all have the best in health, wealth, love, and happiness. May whatever you desire come true for you. May you get all of your wish fulfillments. May you be protected by the Most High God from all harm, all negativity, and may your health and beauty and power shine and rise like never before. You are all amazing, beautiful people. I love you guys so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you have a moment. That will help me encourage me to put out more of this kind of content out for you guys, and it will motivate me, okay? Because my channel is just starting and I need motivation, you guys. So please help me out, and I will of course pray for you guys. Anyone who shares, likes, comments, subscribes gets a lot of prayers from me, and thank you so much, you guys. I love you guys, I truly do. Everyone here is like a family member to me, and I hold you all very dearly, and I will hold you all as hard as I can, and will help you in every way that I can. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in your next video. Thank you.